Good morning students. In this chapter Fiber to Fabric, we have already learnt how wool is obtained and also about the steps involved in the processing of wool. In this session, we are going to learn about a special and shiny fiber, silk. Silk is another animal fiber which is obtained from the cocoon of silkworm. These fibers are made up of protein. Functions or festivals. We all like to dress ourselves grandly with bright clothes, isn't it? All these festival wear that makes us to look luxurious and bright is due to the fabric they are made up of. These fabrics are made up of a shiny fiber called as silk. Silk is an elastic, lustrous and smooth fiber and it is strong as steel, acts as an insulator and does not allow heat to pass through our body, and it is easy to maintain the silk cloth. This shiny fiber silk is obtained from the silkworm. This process of rearing of silkworm for obtaining silk is called as sericulture. To know how silk is produced from silkworm, we should learn about the life cycle of silkworm. Let us learn about different stages in the life cycle of silk moth. A female adult silk moth lays eggs on the mulberry leaves. After few weeks, the eggs hatch and caterpillar or larva comes out. This larva or caterpillar eats a lot of mulberry leaves and grows into pupa. While they are forming pupa, the larva spins a protective covering called as cocoon to protect themselves. Do you know how the cocoon is formed? The larva secretes silk fibers which are a protein along with the gum-like substance called as sericin on moving its head in the form of 8. These silk fibers covers the larva as it enters the next stage, pupa. This single long silk fiber along with the gum-like substance called sericin which are spun around the pupa hardens on exposure to air and they form the cocoons. This cocoon has nearly 300 to 900 meters of silk threads and it forms a protective shell for the pupa. Inside the cocoon, pupa grows to form an adult silk moth. When a pupa has fully grown, the adult silk moth breaks open the cocoon and comes out. The silk thread is then separated from this cocoon by dissolving it in the boiling water to extract the strands of silk. As the silk moth comes out by breaking the cocoon, the silk fibers will also be broken. So, before the moth comes out, pupa along with the cocoon is killed and long fibers of silk called as raw silk is obtained. The raw silk is a hard silk along with the sericin and it is used to make saris, shirts, curtains and bedsheets. Silk fibers or threads differ in their texture based on the type of silk moths. Different type of silks are Tassar silk, Muga, Kosa, Eri and Mulberry silk. The most common silk moth is Mulberry silk which is called as Bombyx mori. In the sericulture process, eggs laid by the female silk moth are stored on a cloth or paper and sold to the farmers. These farmers keep these eggs under hygienic conditions and they warm it in a proper temperature and humidity. When the eggs hatch to form larvae, fresh mulberry leaves are given to them by placing them in a bamboo tray. After 25 to 30 days, they spin cocoons around them in the tray and they get attached to the small racks. These cocoons are then collected and kept under the sun or boiled water or steam to loosen the sericin gum. As this gum gets removed, the silk fibers are taken out from the cocoon. The process of taking out the silk fibers from the cocoon is called as reeling of silk. In reeling, the filaments or silk threads are unwinded or unrolled from a group of cocoons. The reeling is done manually or it is done automatically using the machines. After reeling, the fine long thin threads are twisted to make a thicker strand called as yarn. As silk fibers are fine and light, we need 2500 cocoons to produce 1 pound of silk. Yarn is then dyed with different colors and they are weaved in hand looms to obtain a silk cloth by different weaving methods. In each of the weaving process, fabrics are obtained with different textures. Here is an interesting segment to know about the history of discovery of silk. China is the leading producer of the silk and it is the first country to produce the silk. China kept the secret of sericulture for 3000 years and they even traded silk for the gold. The people who smuggled silkworm eggs or mulberry seeds were punished to death. In the history of discovery of silk, it was written that a Chinese emperor Huang Tai wanted to know the cause of damaged leaves in the mulberry trees grown in their garden, and he asked the empress Sai Lang Chai to find it out the reason. The empress found little white worms eating the leaves, and she also noticed they were spinning shiny cocoons around them. To their surprise, one day they noticed shiny threads were separated out when these cocoons fell accidentally into their hot teacup. From that moment, they started to produce silk, and silk industry developed in China, and production of silk from silkworms were kept as a secret for so many years. Traders and people who were traveling to China introduced silk to other countries, and the route they traveled were still called the Silk Route. Silk production is the oldest occupation to the Indians also. Indians nowadays are involved in the silk production commercially, and we also rank among the leading silk producing countries. In this session, we have learnt about the life cycle of silk moth with different stages: egg, larva or caterpillar, pupa and adult silk moth, and also about the processing of silk to make a silk cloth. Thank you, children.